Banner Knowledge Bowling. I'm Steve. Let's talk bowling. Specifically, I want to talk about thumb tape. I get this question a lot. How do I tape the thumb hole? So let's start first with the grip. I feel like you want to have the least amount of pressure in your grip as you feel comfortable with. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a death grip, I like to hold my bowling ball maybe around a 2. With that, here's a tip. I like to feel as if the back of my thumb, my nail, is pushing towards the back of that thumb hole. So most people, when they're holding the ball and they're having trouble getting out of it, they're squeezing. They're squeezing their thumb and their fingers towards each other. And if you do that, the only way to release the ball is to let everything unsqueeze. And by going out like that, you're going to rob yourself of some power. Now, it's okay to have your fingers in with a little bit of pressure, but if that thumb is facing the opposite way, as soon as that pressure goes and you start to release it, your thumb's going to come out very quickly and your hand's going to be able to scream around that ball and you're going to get the most revolutions you can put on it. So putting thumb tape in the thumb hole helps you get that nice, good fit so that you're not squeezing the ball, that you can relax that thumb and actually think about the nail going out and back, your fingers towards the center of the grip, and then when you relax that thumb, your fingers are going to come right around the ball. Now, when we put tape in the thumb hole, I recommend when you put tape in your thumb hole to put the gripping tape on the front part of your thumb, and if you need tape on the back part of your thumb, that would be a faster tape or a tape that has less grip to it. I don't recommend putting tape on the sides, but again, a thumb hole is very individual and your feel is what is most important. But when I teach it, the grip tape in the front and the slicker tape in the back of the thumb. Now, if I look straight down at a thumb hole, 12 o'clock being the top, 3 o'clock being on the right, for me, the front, the center of that tape is right around 2 o'clock. But everyone's thumb's different. You may be a little bit towards 1 o'clock, you may be a little bit more towards 3 o'clock. But you want to get that in that position so it seats right on the front part of your thumb. Also, put it a little below the top of the hole. So there might be a quarter of an inch or so or less at the top, and you can move that up and down, again, based on your feel. That's the first piece of tape. The second piece of tape, when I put it in, I use a tool, and I like to go a little lower and a little left so that you can get your tool to take that one piece of tape out in case you need to. The third piece of tape, a little lower and a little to the right. That, again, will help you be able to take one piece of tape out at a time. Now, why do I say that? I bowl in the Northeast, and we have real cold winters, heats going on in the bowling center. Thumb hole feels, to me, really large in those kind of situations. I need more tape. In the summertime, hot, humid, sometimes, the air conditioning's blasted. Thumb hole's going to feel different. I may want less tape in it. So I want to be able to take tape in and out as I need to without having to take 3 or 4 pieces at a time in and out. Now, when I put tape in the back of the thumb hole, I use slicker tape, and I do it on the opposite side of what I just did. So for me, again, looking at the thumb hole, 6 is the bottom, 9 is the left side. I might be in that 7 area, and maybe you'll be a little closer to 6 for the center of the tape. Maybe you're going to be a little closer to that 8 or 9. But wherever you put it, that's where the first piece goes. Make sure it's front and back. And then if you need another one, again, a little lower, a little right, a little lower, a little left. That way you're going to be able to take one piece out at a time and be able to make sure you have that great grip. Now here's another tip, especially when it's cold outside and I feel like I need more tape, but one piece feels like it's too tight, but when I take that piece out, it feels like I'm going to drop the bowling ball. What I do is I take a piece of tape that has more grip to it and I cut it in half and I put it a little lower in the center of the grip. And I might even do that 2 or 3 times, a little lower, and that will help me have the thumb hole feel tighter right here, right in the center of my thumb, when I'm pushing back. Then when I relax that thumb, it should fly right off and you should be able to get a great release. So if one piece of tape is too tight, but you take it out, it's too loose, cut that piece of tape in half, put it in the middle, and just start, go there and maybe go a little lower. And another tip people do is they taper it down by that point right in the center of your thumb. They may taper it up so that it actually has a little bit of a ledge there, and that helps them seat that thumb in to have the best grip with the least amount of pressure. Hope this helped. What are your questions? Put them below and tell me how you like to tape your thumb hole. Thanks a lot.